Okay, still in week 1 of the 2K19 Universe Mode. It's been a few days since I last recorded. I'm doing a bit of admin with the tag teams, kind of naming them, setting their entrances, setting their moves and stuff. I haven't finished all of them yet because I didn't realize quite how long it was going to take. But I've been working my way through them. I've done a fair chunk of them. I don't know if I'm quite halfway yet. But yeah, a lot of them do have names, entrances, and tag team moves, tag team finishes. So last episode was Raw. Alexa Bliss beat Asuka to become the number 1 contender for Becky Lynch's Raw Tag Team Championship. And that's another thing I did. I did do all the divisions for all the shows. So if we look at the divisions for Raw, I didn't choose anyone's position unless they won a match which I specifically said was going to be for a number 1 contender spot, like Alexa Bliss being the number 1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship. So I chose who was going to be in which division, just to kind of make it the most accurate. I do like the idea of having a fully randomized universe, but I thought at least I could choose who's where in the division. So for Raw, the division for the WWE Championship, Rusev is currently number 1 contender. So all I did was I selected who was going to be in which division. I didn't choose where they were going to be. So Rusev being at number 1 and The Rock being at number 9 was not my decision. That was the game. I don't know quite how they work it out, and I don't really care, to be honest. So the division for the United States Championship, Santana, number 1 contender, which makes sense because he beat... Who did he beat last week? Who did he beat? Was it EC? No, it wasn't EC3, was it? Who did Santana beat? Santana beat Pete Dunne. Okay. Right. Alright, I'm a little bit all over the place. Right, let's look at the divisions, then we'll go over the results from Raw, and then we'll go on to AEW. So, Rusev, number 1 contender for the WWE Championship currently. Santana, number 1 contender for the United States Championship. I'm assuming, I don't think I set Santana as number 1. I think the game chose him as number 1 because he did recently win a match. Randy Orton and Seth Rollins beat Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar last week to become the number 1 contenders for Scorpio Sky and Kofi Kingston's Raw Tag Team Championships. So you can see some of the names I've got there. I just thought, like, I remember when the rumors started circulating that the Revival were going to AEW, and there were rumors that their new name was going to be Shatter Machine, which is obviously the name of the Revival's, now FTR's, tag finisher. And my first thought was Shatter Machine is a fantastic name for a tag team. So, yeah, the team of that's Scott Dawson, isn't it? I think that's Scott Dawson. Yeah, Scott Dawson and Trent Seven is Shatter Machine. I always get confused about which one's Dash and which one's Dawson. I'm pretty sure that's Dawson. And Johnny Gargano, Shinsuke Nakamura, and was it Marco Stunt? I think they're Rebel Hearts. I decided during the last episode, during Raw, that Randy Orton and Seth Rollins are going to be the Authority Reborn, or the New Authority, something like that. Just to reference their previous team together. So yeah, Randy Orton and Seth Rollins, number 1 contenders for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Alexa Bliss, number 1 contender for Becky Lynch's Raw Women's Championship. So we had Alexa Bliss beat Asuka. Santana beat Pete Dunne. Bobby Fish beat Rusev, which does make me wonder why Rusev was put in the number one contender slot, though he's lost his only match so far. Harper beat EC3, and Rebel Hearts beat the as yet unnamed team of Cesaro and Keith Lee. So going on to the next show, which should be Tuesday Night Dynamite. If you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, because obviously AEW and NXT are both on Wednesdays in real life, I couldn't have them both on Wednesdays in the game. You can only have one show per day. And because AEW obviously aren't in this game, A, they didn't exist at the time of this game coming out, and B, this is a WWE game, AEW, I had to input their show manually, whereas NXT was already on Wednesday, so I wasn't going to delete NXT to put AEW on Wednesday just to then put NXT back in. It was easier for me to put AEW on Tuesday, and I'm way over explaining this and I don't need to, so let's just get on with Dynamite. Opening match is Xavier Woods and Christopher Daniels versus Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley. I don't think Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley are actually a team, are they? Let's have a look. No, they're not. Of all these tag teams, and it decides to throw together two random people, but sure. Xavier Woods and Christopher Daniels versus Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley. I've got so many tag teams, I need to check if these tag teams actually exist. Okay, so both of those tag teams actually exist. Kevin Owens and Matt Hardy are a tag team, and Kurt Hawkins and I think is that Jey Uso? Yeah. So we've got two tag team matches to start off with. Drew McIntyre versus Adam Cole should be a really good match. I can imagine. That's so strange because 3 of the 4 people in that match are tag team wrestlers. Matt Hardy, Kevin Owens, Kurt Hawkins versus Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre versus Adam Cole should be fantastic. Fandango versus Kota Ibushi in a match that could potentially turn into a rivalry. Oh, so this is the kind of shit I wanted from a random universe. And then the main event is AJ Styles versus MJF. Okay, so let's have a look at the divisions currently on AEW. So the randomly chosen champions were MJF as AEW World Champion, Goldberg as TNT Champion, Peyton Royce as AEW Women's Champion, and Xavier Woods and Christopher Daniels as AEW Tag Team Champions. So the current number 1 contender for the AEW World Championship is AJ Styles, which makes sense as to why he is in the main event against him tonight. Curiously, Kota Ibushi is in the World Championship division, whereas Fandango is in the TNT Championship division. I always thought the game kind of put people in the same division together, but who knows. Bobby Roode, the number 1 contender for the TNT Championship, for Goldberg's TNT Championship. Billie Kay, the number 1 contender for Peyton Royce's Women's Championship. We could see Billie Kay versus Peyton Royce as the first AEW Women's Championship match in this universe, and that would make me very happy. Big beardy bastards, Braun Strowman and he's Hansen in this game. I don't think he was Ivar yet. Braun Strowman and Hansen, number 1 contenders for Woods and Daniels AEW Tag Team Championships. So we want to start show. It's the closest I could get to AEW's opening titles. It's taken a while to load. I guess usually with Raw and SmackDown, and I guess NXT as well, normally you've got the like opening cutscene to to cover the load times. For some reason, the weird, I guess, chandelier-shaped Tron is showing Raw. It's definitely not Raw. Mexico City, so the first ever episode of AEW Dynamite on this universe mode isn't even in America. Oh, I didn't realize that was a potential rivalry as well. So we could actually see the first challengers for the AEW Tag Team Championship could potentially not even be a established tag team. Actually, no, because this game doesn't let you challenge for tag team championships unless you're an established tag team. So, I'll tell you what, if this rivalry does start, and Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley are put in a rivalry with the tag team champions, I will make them an established tag team just so they can challenge for the belts. I think if they're going to have a rivalry with the champions, they might as well have it for the championships. So we want to make the momentum fast on all of these. Just to keep this recording from going like 2 hours. Because we already have some long enough episodes in this series already, and this is only the, 4th episode? Technically episode 2, but we had 2 setup episodes. Right. So, Xavier Woods and Christopher Daniels are not a team that I have made entrances or team names or team moves or anything for just yet. And obviously Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley aren't even an established tag team, so Woods and Daniels are going to have the default entrance that you've seen every other tag team use so far in this universe mode. And I don't even know if Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley are going to enter together. If they're not an established tag team, they might enter separately. So strange to me that I've got, I think, 8 teams? Yeah, because it's 5 teams of 2, 3 teams of 3. So 8 teams in the division. Obviously, one of them are the champions. Oh, so we're going straight into a rivalry cutscene. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. The reason they threw 2 random people into the match is because the number 1 contenders are going to come out, and the potential rivalry is between Big Beardy Bastards and Woods and Daniels. Braun Strowman and Hansen do actually look really good together as a team. I said I wasn't going to make any like tag team gears, like attires, because it's just going to, it's more behind the scenes work for me, but I might have to do it for Hansen and Strowman. So Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley not actually in this match. And I'm assuming because we got the rivalry cutscene that we are actually going to see Big Beardy Bastards and Woods and Daniels go into a rivalry together, which is going to be good because they're the number 1 contenders for the AEW Tag Team Championships. So got an interesting start to the show already got some storylines brewing. Does make me wonder if Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley are ever gonna return as a tag team, or if it was just the game throwing them together just to be sacrificed for the storyline. Xavier Woods kind of beating down Braun Strowman at the moment. At the time of recording, I'm recording this on Saturday night. night before SummerSlam. So at the time of recording, Braun Strowman is current Universal Champion in real life. My expectation is that by the time this video comes out, which should be Tuesday, which will be after SummerSlam, my expectation is The Fiend will be Universal Champion. So what I might start doing, in addition to the Universe Mode, which is the Universe Mode takes up a lot of time to record. The 3 episodes currently out before this, episode 0, episode 0.5, and episode 1, in total I think took about 8 or 9 hours to record. So like those initial episodes were an entire day to record. So the Universe Mode takes up a while, but I do have the idea of potentially doing a 2K19 sort of watch through of pay-per-view cards as well. So for example, if I were to do it, what I would do for SummerSlam would be I would set all the matches, watch through all the matches, and sort of talk through my predictions for each match in real life, and then see how the matches in the game stack up with my predictions for real life. So it would just be like the Universe Mode where we're watching through matches with me commentating on them, but instead of randomly selected matches, it would be the real life card of an upcoming pay-per-view. Mostly because I do really like doing predictions for pay-per-views. So I suppose I could potentially do one for All Out coming up. But I might potentially have to get some extra creator wrestlers downloaded to make sure I've got everyone for the AEW roster, and I really don't have a lot of spaces left in the in my save slots. It's the Unicorn Stampede. Xavier Woods and Christopher Daniels doing New Day's signature move. I didn't even know they could do this as a tag team. I thought this was a trios move. But I suppose if that's going to be one of their moves, I might set that as their tag team finisher. Because I think it counts as an OMG moment right now, doesn't it? Maybe I shouldn't set it as their finisher then if it's already a move that takes a finisher to perform. Braun Strowman is taking a beating in this match. Also, I watched this week's episode of SmackDown. I don't tend to watch Raw SmackDown, but it was the first WWE show with Thunderdome. And I didn't realise Braun Strowman was bald now. Braun Strowman is an egg. Braun Strowman is just a big snitsky. And I think that was just as distracting as the Thunderdome was. It makes me wonder if in the next WWE 2K game, which is, I suppose, going to be 2K22, if they're going to include all of the Performance Center and Thunderdome arenas. Because they've got to have WrestleMania 36 in there as an arena, don't they? But Is it just going to be a performance center arena, or are they going to create... Oh, I set that as their finisher. Because I thought that looked really good with two massive men flying at each other. Oof. Yeah, like maybe in 2K22 they're gonna have WrestleMania 36's arena as what WrestleMania 36 was supposed to be. But I think it's gonna be quite strange actually having empty arenas in the Performance Center in 2K22. I wonder if they're gonna use the whole quarantine lockdown situation in the career mode. That'd be quite interesting if they actually address it in storyline in the game. That is, if they even do a career mode after 2K20's disaster. Big beardy bastards haven't really had a lot of offense in this match. No. Not entirely sure what he was going for there, but he didn't get it. I think that's Hansen's finisher, isn't it? The sit out tombstone. Wow. Big beardy bastards entered a match they weren't supposed to be in and beat the champions clean, so they have definitely earned a championship opportunity. If you didn't watch the previous episodes, I leave everything up to random. All the weekly show matches are randomly booked. I just watch what the game wants the matches to be. The only matches I book are pay-per-view matches, just to make storylines make sense and to make championships, get championships on the line in matches that, make sense. So the one thing I have noticed is that it's added Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley to Braun Strowman and Hansen's enemies list, but not Xavier Woods and Christopher Daniels. So maybe they haven't actually entered into a rivalry, which is very strange. So Big Beardy Bastards, I guess technically are feuding with Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley, who aren't even a tag team. Also, Braun Strowman and Hansen are faces? And Xavier Woods and Christopher Daniels are... Woods is a face and Daniels is a heel. I'm going to have to change that. God, that's more behind the scenes admin for me. That's fun. Alright, next tag team match was Owens and Hardy versus Hawkins and Uso. I'm not entirely sure where either of these teams are in the rankings. I think Owens and Hardy are about halfway down, and Hawkins and Uso are a little bit below that. So I'm guessing the winner of this match is going to maybe take a few places higher in the division, considering this is the second of only 2 matches on AEW so far. I'm pretty sure both of these are generic entrances. Yeah, if you notice, the names are just the initials of each wrestler's surname. That's what I put, just so they had a placeholder name. That means I haven't gotten around to giving them a name, giving them entrances, tag team finishes, attires, and because I've just decided that I want to do tag team attires for everyone, and that is gonna... Oh boy, is that gonna take a while. Honestly, I think Owens and Hardy look quite good together as their current gear, because Owens has the black and red and Hardy has the red and black. Yeah, we've literally just seen this entrance, so I'm going to skip it. Usually I would let the entrances play out, but they don't have an entrance yet, so who cares? Everyone in this match, I think, except for Kevin Owens, has held a tag team championship in WWE. Unless I'm wrong, Kevin Owens has held tag team championships. I guess if he did, he would have won it with Sami Zayn, right? I'm looking up if they've ever... No, never won it in WWE, it looks like. No. Yeah, so everyone... Oh my god, I just looked up from... I was Googling on my phone to see if Kevin Owens had ever been tag team champion, and just watched Matt Hardy bulldog Kurt Hawkins onto the floor. That looked painful. Yeah, Kevin Owens never won a tag team championship in WWE. I honestly think Matt Hardy and Kevin Owens would be a really good tag team in real life. They do actually look quite good together. They've got the color scheme on point with their default gears, so that's nice for me at least, that I don't have to make them look good together. Kurt Hawkins, I just saw earlier today, is making an appearance in Game Changer Wrestling, I think against Joey Janela. So nice to see he's he's still wrestling after being released by WWE. I knew he would, but I didn't know if he was going to be in sort of well-known promotions. I don't think Game Changer Wrestling GCW is especially well-known, but Joey Janela is definitely on the rise in popularity and fame at the moment. So yeah, good to see Kurt Hawkins working again straight after the release from WWE. This match has had a lot of action on the outside. I'd kind of really like to see Matt Hardy and Kevin Owens as tag team champions. I'm really confused as to what the situation is with the with the rivalry with Hansen and Strowman. Because I thought the reason that they stole the match from Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley was so that they could fight the tag team champions, because they're number one contenders, which makes sense, because you want them in a rivalry with the person that they're number one contenders for, right? But the game has, I guess, decided that they're in a rivalry with Mark Quinn and Bobby Lashley now, even though they just beat the champions clean. It makes no sense to me, and I'm so confused. Matt, I think Owens was trying to do a tag move there, and Matt Hardy had his back to him. Kevin Owens just ducking from nothing. It is funny watching the AI fight sometimes, because you get sequences that are actually quite nice, and then sometimes you get Kevin Owens stamping the floor next to Kurt Hawkins. God, I put fast momentum on so we could get through these matches fairly quickly, but we're half an hour in and we're still in the second match. I'm trying to keep these episodes to about an hour, hopefully under, but it's not up to me, it's up to the game, and these matches can go on for as long as the game decides they're going to go on for. What was that move? I've been playing this game so much since it came out, and I've never once seen that move. Pop-up powerbomb. Bit too close to the ropes, I think. Oh no, he's right. Yeah. The AI's ring psychology is so hilarious to me. Jey Uso just beating down on Matt Hardy, and Kevin Owens, his tag team partner, is just in the ring celebrating that his pin got broken up. I'm guessing this is yeah, that's the finisher. That might be it, actually. No. I'm not quite feeling Jey Uso and Kurt Hawkins as a tag team, honestly. But on the other hand, like I said, I'm definitely feeling Owens and Hardy as a tag team. Even though I think Matt Hardy has been in a tag team with like every single person on the planet at this point. He had a Raw Tag Team Championship reign with Bray Wyatt, I think. Obviously Jeff. Currently kind of an honorary member, or I guess when he debuted he was an honorary member of the Elite, so tagging with Young Bucks, Hangman and Kenny. Not even a 1 count from the side effect. This match is gonna go on for so long. Go on, there we go, a Twist of Fate. The Twist of Fate, the animation for the Twist of Fate. What? I'm guessing that was his payback move. I mean, it must have been, because you can't even kick out a 1 from a finisher without using payback. I mean, ref, Hawkins isn't even the legal... I guess if you're in the middle of a submission move, you're exempt from the count-out rules. Uso Splash? No. I forget which one of them has the submission move as their... I think it's a finisher. Might be a signature. I'm not 100% sure. I have no idea who's going to win this match. At the start, I was convinced it would be Hardy and Owens, but I've got no clue at this point. I have to keep resisting the urge to check the pull screen to see who's got finishes and who's got signatures, but that kind of ruin the tension of the match. There's part of my brain that's like, because I played so many hours of this game, this part of my brain is like, you can't be playing / watching this game and not know who's got how much momentum. Pretty sure that was a finisher. Kurt Hawkins not coming in, so that's a broken up pin. There we go. I guess Uso has another super kick stored up then. Because he just tried to hit it on Matt and completely whiffed. But Kurt just decided he wanted to go for a dive. Oh my god, this match is going to go on forever. Pop-up powerbomb? Ah, that would have been perfect time. Where is Hawkins? Is he still on the floor from just... Okay, there he is. He took the tiniest little bump and went flying off the apron. Pop-up powerbomb on the wrong half of the ring. So that's definitely a broken up pin. Oh my god, no! There we go. Kurt Hawkins busted open as Matt defended the pin. That match wasn't half bad. That was alright, actually. I will have to check the divisions after the show, just to check if Owens and Hardy have actually moved up the division from winning that match. I would expect they have, but maybe not, because they were already higher than Hawkins and Uso. So who knows? I think it's McIntyre and McIntyre and Cole next. Drew McIntyre, current WWE champion. Again, I'm recording this before SummerSlam. I think he might not be WWE champion by the end of the weekend, or by the time this episode comes out, because I do think Orton is he's going to take the championship, unfortunately. Now these are going to be real entrances, because both of these people are standard roster members of this game, which is so nice being able to just watch an entrance and not think I have to change it. And I think that's supposed to be a Titantron there, but... I think considering the whole quarantine lockdown era, I think Drew McIntyre has had a good run with the WWE Championship, and I hope that if he does drop it to Orton this weekend, I know that this episode is coming out after SummerSlam has already happened, so if you're watching this, you probably already know if he's still champion or not. But I'm hoping that if he does drop the championship to Orton, that he can regain it somewhere down the line once they've got crowds in again, and we can actually get Drew the massive crowd pop he deserves. Because even though they've technically got fans virtually in the arena with the Thunderdome thing now, Jeff Hardy winning the Intercontinental Championship on this week's episode of SmackDown, like, I don't remember hearing any or like seeing anyone celebrate in the crowd. Like, it didn't do anything to add to the championship win, even if, you know, fans are virtually in the arena. So I really think Drew needs to win the championship again at some point, just so he can get the crowd pop, which in a way kind of makes me hope he does drop the championship at SummerSlam, just so, like I said, he can get that second opportunity and actually get the pop that he should have had at WrestleMania 36. Boom. That was massively out of time. Adam Cole, baby. Right, I'm assuming both of these guys are in the AEW World Championship division. I know I'm the one that said it, but it's been it's been a few days since I said it. And I've done so much behind the scenes admin for this universe, I can't remember what I've done. See, these two would have actually made a good tag team, visuals wise. Long hair, beard, black trunks. Wouldn't have had to change anything. Well, the good thing is I actually know the finishes of both of the guys in this match. So I can tell when someone's hit a finisher. Unlike when I'm watching Kurt Hawkins in a match. But yeah, if anyone watching this did watch SmackDown, or I guess SummerSlam, let me know what you thought about the Thunderdome, because it's hard to tell, because to me it didn't register. But I guess that's kind of a good thing, because if it didn't register, then that means it's close to normal. But at this point, I'm not entirely sure what my brain thinks is normal for wrestling. Because when I think wrestling, obviously I think people in crowds, I think cheering, but like, I don't know if I've gotten used to the lockdown era, and normal is no crowds now, so it's... I'm trying to figure out if the Thunderdome not registering and kind of me not noticing it was a good thing or a bad thing. Because thinking back on it, this is about 24 hours after SmackDown. Thinking back on it, like, I think there was piped in crowd noise, but I can't remember. And if there was piped in crowd noise, then I guess it's a good thing that I don't remember, because I wasn't like so freaked out by it. Or like it didn't feel so abnormal that like it registered in my brain that this is weird. I think visually it was weird, but atmospherically I suppose it's closer to normal wrestling. So I don't really know how I felt about it, but let me know how you felt if you did watch it. Apparently AEW are having fans back in to the arenas starting... Oh, okay. Who's running in on Drew? Maybe it wasn't a run-in, maybe it was... I guess I'm going to have to read the in-game news afterwards to find out who it was, because I don't have the sounds turned on. And Cole went for the last shot. There we go. I was about to say Cole went for the last shot and missed it. Instead got blasted with the pile driver. 2. Okay. Yeah, the only thing I saw was the Tron, I suppose it was, had Raw on it, which didn't give anything away. So I have absolutely no idea who that was supposed to be running in. Maybe I'll add an ally to Adam Cole on the end screen of the match. It's hard to say. Oh my god, he just stamped on Drew's head. Yeah, what was I saying? AEW having fans back in from, I think they said next week's episode, the 26th, which is... Was it the 26th, or was it was something in the 20s of August, whenever the next episode is, or maybe that's a recording for a future episode. Who knows? Yeah, apparently AEW are having fans in for the Daily's Place episodes, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Like, America is nowhere near ready to start having spectators in arenas again. And as much as I love AEW, and like, I will defend AEW because I like them a lot and I like all the decisions they've made, I think that is absolutely stupid. Claymore? Oh, second time Cole has avoided the Claymore. Oh my god. I think their hair's fused. They just had sex in Avatar. Ooh. That's a signature, I know that much. I do love it how sometimes, if the pins break, if the game registers that a pin's broken, but the animation hasn't... Oh my... We've had 2 run-ins. What is happening? Or not even run-ins, but distractions. Is this an actual run-in? Or is this just a distraction? Who is Bobby Lashley feuding with? I love the idea that the ref is still facing away because Bobby needs time to hit the stalling suplex. Oh. Okay, so we've had Bobby Lashley run in, despite Bobby Lashley already being ran in on earlier in the night. And we've had someone else distract Drew McIntyre. So I'm thinking, if none of these guys are in... That's rope break, yeah. If none of these guys are in singles matches by the time the next pay-per-view comes around, I think we could have Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley versus Adam Cole and whoever it was that distracted McIntyre earlier in a tag team match. I think it might be quite good. At least try and get at least some semblance of storyline out of whatever has been going on in this match. I didn't even know you could have 2 run-ins in one match, or 2 distractions. What is happening? I'm gonna have to read the in-game news. I think rather than me go straight onto the next match, I'm gonna... Oh no, I don't think the in-game news updates until after the show. We'll read the in-game news after the show and see who it was that distracted Drew. See, this is the problem with me not having music on, because I would get copyright struck. Like, I can't have the in-game music on. But yeah, I have no idea who that was. Don't take the match to the outside. I just want it to end. We've still got 2 matches left after this, don't we? God. We've got MJF versus AJ Styles in the main event. And I have absolutely no idea who else we've got. We've got no women's matches. Which is dumb. And we've got no... I don't think we've got any matches in the TNT division, which is also dumb. Drew wins it with a Glasgow kiss. And I guess we could say Drew wins with the assist from Bobby Lashley. Right, are we going to get an end screen that suggests anything has changed, or are we going to get the just go on to the next match end screen? Come on, Drew, wrap it up. Nope, looks like nothing changed. So Drew doesn't get an ally. Cole doesn't get an ally, despite both of them having help in that match. Sure. I can't remember what this match is. Oh, yeah. Fandango versus Kota Ibushi. God, if Fandango can pull out the win here, I will be very happy. Kota Ibushi is the current AEW World Champion in my personal universe mode. I may have to do a video on my personal universe mode just because I've been playing it for so long. Just kind of explain like who's on what roster and previous and current champions. Fandango fighting for an NXT or a future NXT Tag Team Championship opportunity in about 3 hours at the time of this recording. Even though I want it to, and I think it will be, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. Because I think Oney Lorcan is fantastic and he should have all the gold. And I don't even remember which show Oney Lorcan is on in this randomised universe. Fandango versus Kota Ibushi on AEW is one of my favourite random things to have happened in this universe mode so far. I mean, nothing will ever beat just everything that has happened in the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns saga so far. Just the random number generator putting together Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, like, surprised me enough and like just made me very happy. And then in their first match against Randy Orton and Seth Rollins, they pulled out the Shield triple powerbomb with Paul fucking Heyman. That was the greatest thing that has ever happened to me in this game. And if you didn't watch Raw's episode, go back and watch it. I think it's the main event match. So even if you just go back and watch the last match, holy shit. Paul Heyman helping out with the middle rope shield powerbomb is the greatest thing I have ever seen in my life. And it made all of the work I have done for this universe mode, all of the recording, the loss of voice for recording for almost 8 hours at a time, the behind the scenes admin work I have to do to make sure all the tag teams look coherent, it was all worth it just to see Paul Heyman assist with a shield triple powerbomb. Anyway, back to this match. But please go back and watch the last episode because it is incredible. The last episode, not the last match. Let's stop talking about it now. Fandango is actually getting the best of Kota Ibushi, which is something I never thought I'd have to say, and I love the fact that I am saying it. Oh god, can we please have Golden Lovers versus Breezango? I said that as a joke, but I honestly think that would be a fantastic match. I just want to see the Golden Lovers together again in real life. Just give me one more match. This has actually been a good, fast-paced, athletic match so far, and now I kind of want to see it in real life. I just hope it doesn't end in a count out. I can't even tell what count he's on, because the numbers don't. I think that's 6. The numbers don't show up on the screen if you're just spectating, which I think I said in the last match, I think is ridiculous and stupid. So that was strange, because the, oh my god, the AEW watermark disappeared there, which usually, when I'm playing, if I notice something like that happens, it means there's a distraction or a run-in about to happen. But I guess it just disappears at some points. Fandango just destroying Kota Ibushi with his ass. Top rope leg drop. Springboard middle rope leg drop. Now just a little bit of dance. Go on, Kota. Get an arse attack of your own. Neil Buchanan did art attack. Kota Ibushi does arse attack. That was a terrible joke, and I immediately regret it. See, I know what Kota Ibushi's moves are in real life. I know what his finishing and signature moves are. But I don't know if they're actually available in this game. So I don't know what his signature and finish moves are actually set as in WWE 2K19. Because I have played with this Kota Ibushi Creator Wrestler a little bit in my personal universe mode. But I think I've either watched the matches or been playing as the person against Ibushi. I may have played 1 or 2 matches, but I don't think it was enough for me to register how accurate the moveset is. So it's another one I'm not 100% sure on. Okay, I'm saying it now. If Fandango wins this, he is immediately number 1 contender for the TNT Championship. Mostly because Fandango beating Kota Ibushi and then going on to face Goldberg this is what the randomized universe mode is all about. Fandango mowing through everyone. I was hoping Fandango would pull out a Phoenix Splash then. Nice. Wow. He didn't even fight that. He took the bump for the suplex and then just fell asleep. This is a rivalry cutscene, isn't it? Andrade, just... There can only be one person with a short, dark ponytail in AEW. So it's hard for me to tell what the game is going to set that as. Is that Kota and Fandango now allies? Is that Kota and Andrade now enemies? Or is that Fandango and Andrade now enemies? It's Kota and Andrade now enemies, despite the fact that Andrade went in to attack Fandango. Fandango is now not part of this equation. What is this game trying to do? So it looks like Kota Ibushi has gone up in the rankings for the AEW World Championship, now 5th. Fandango still in 6th, where he was before. So I guess Kota and Andrade are now feuding, which I'm not mad at, because I would pay any amount of money to see that feud and that match in real life. That sounds incredible. Main event, AJ versus MJF. I think AJ is already #1 contender, so I don't really know kind of what to put on as the stakes for this match, because normally if AJ was near the top, or I guess if AJ was anywhere in the division, I would say if AJ can beat MJF, then he should go straight to the top of the division. #1 contender, gets a championship opportunity. So yeah, I don't really know what's going to be on the line for this match, but at least we get to see MJF make his entrance with the AEW Tag Team Championship. Because I don't actually think we got to see any of the champions on the last episode of Raw. I don't think any of the champions were actually on the card, so didn't get to see anyone with the championship. And even earlier today, we got earlier in this episode, we got Woods and Daniels in a match together, but because it was a rivalry cutscene, we didn't get to see them do their entrances with the AEW championships. So assuming this is a regular entrance and everything goes right, this is the first time we'll actually be seeing one of our random champions with their championship. And it's the 11th match of this universe. It's going to be the first time we're seeing our random champion with his belt. AJ Styles just dropped the Intercontinental Championship to Jeff Hardy last night. I know I mentioned it earlier, but yeah, the Thunderdome didn't really kind of add anything to the championship win, to be honest. But part of the reason I was watching Friday Night SmackDown was because I was really invested in Jeff Hardy in the Intercontinental Championship scene. So I guess you could just say the reason the Thunderdome didn't add anything for me is because I was distracted by Jeff winning. And I'm very happy he did. Jeff Hardy being a 5-time Intercontinental Champion makes me very happy. I would love to see him have another World Championship run. I don't really think it's going to happen, because I think they've confirmed that his current contract... Oh god, it's clipping through his scarf. Jeff Hardy's current contract is ending, or is going until at least, I think they said mid-2021. And I think after that, I honestly think he might go to AEW. So whether or not they can build up Jeff to feud for and then win a world championship in that time, yeah, I don't see it happening, honestly. And I'd love to see him win the Universal Championship, because he's held every other major championship that is currently on WWE. But yeah, I think the Fiend is winning it at SummerSlam. Obviously, if you're watching this, you already know whether I was right or whether I'm talking out my ass. But yeah, I think the Fiend is winning it on Sunday at SummerSlam, and I honestly don't see Jeff beating the Fiend, and I don't see them having someone else beat the Fiend and then having Jeff beat them in the time that's left on Jeff's contract. Unless he does just stay with WWE for the rest of his career. I think he might want to go over to AEW to be with Matt, though, because I think I'd like to see them have the creative freedom to do Broken Matt and Brother Nero in AEW, because they didn't. Woken Matt Hardy in WWE was horrible, and I'm guessing they just never gave Jeff the creative freedom to do the Brother Nero character. So just realised I haven't commented on this match at all so far, but it's been, you know, nothing major has happened yet, so MJF has been has had most of the offense. Oh. Tell you who I'd love to see together in a team, like maybe a stable or something. Maybe not necessarily a tag team, but current like Legend Killer 2, Randy Orton and MJF. I think they're the two best heels in the business right now. I think that'd be great to see them together. I need to check when the next AEW pay-per-view is on this, in this universe, because I have a feeling it's quite a ways away. So if AJ does win here and get his guaranteed championship opportunity, I don't really know when he's going to be able to get it, or if they're going to be able to set up a feud, because like I said, I'm not setting the rivalries. It's up to the game to set them, because I've turned everything on for auto rivalries. MJF just sniffing AJ's ass there. Yeah, I've turned everything on for auto rivalry, so hopefully the game will set up some rivalries. But I think we've learned after this episode that the game doesn't exactly make sense with their feuds, because I still don't understand how Andrade going in to beat beat up Fandango means that he is now feuding with Kota Ibushi. I'm guessing that was a payback kick out for MJF, which would mean if AJ can get another big move, then that's pretty much it for the win. That wasn't a big move, and he couldn't even hit it. So AJ, Oof. That was the shittest little kick I've ever seen. That's a finisher. That's a finisher. That might be it. I'm thinking that might have been payback from AJ as well, because that was a fairly quick escape there. That's a signature from AJ. It's the calf crusher. MJF already used his payback, which yeah, there we go. Christ, AJ not only beat the champion but made him tap out. He has definitely earned an AEW championship opportunity there. And it started a rivalry. Yes! That's what that cutscene means, because now we're going to see MJF looking back at the ring, looking angry, doing a bit of a sulky face. He's not a happy boy. There we go. Walking into the darkness. Yeah, I'm thinking that did actually start some feuds there. I'm going to go to the next show. Obviously, not going to look at any of the matches or anything, but I need to go to the next week just so the news update, so I can see who that was that interrupted, and I can check the rivalries. So news. Jennifer carried out a relentless assault. What? Daniel Bryan and Shawn Michaels carried out a relentless assault on and These superstars about what? Braun Strowman and Hanson forced their way into Xavier Woods and Christopher Daniels' match by taking their opponents out of action with an ambush. These superstars couldn't wait to get another shot at them. This may be the first of many dangerous moves to come in their rivalry. Oh, so they are actually rivals now. Alright. The animosity between Kota Ibushi and Andrade Cien Almas has been blown out of control. The two superstars won't rest until they settle their rivalry. But it was Fandango! Yeah, we have absolutely no way of Velveteen Dream and MJF. Velveteen Dream wasn't even on the show. Okay, so that makes sense. Very happy with that. I mean, it's a good rivalry, but it doesn't make sense for the storyline that was told. Anyway, it's just going to be one of the great mysteries of life, who it was that interrupted to help Adam Cole, despite Adam Cole losing the match. I guess we can have a quick look at the division, see if anything's changed. Kota Ibushi gone up to number 5. Oh no, I guess he was number 8. Yeah, I guess he was number 8, gone up to number 5, jumped up above Nick Jackson, Matt Riddle, and Elias. Nothing changed in the TNT, mostly because Mark Quinn and Fandango were the only ones on the show. Mark Quinn didn't have a match and Fandango lost. So no women's matches somehow. There we go. Kevin Owens and Matt Hardy jumped to number 1 contenders, and Big Beardy Bastards jumped to number 2. Despite Big Beardy Bastards being the ones that beat the champions, and Owens and Hardy being the ones that didn't. Okay. Right, so we at least have some rivalries going, which it makes me happy. That it means the things I had planned are actually working. One of the things I did think about during that other match is that, during the AEW, is that I think I've got Brian Cage downloaded, but I don't think I ever put him in the randomizer. And seeing as we're one short for SmackDown, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shove Brian Cage onto SmackDown. There we go. And I'm just going to check Brian Cage just to make sure he wasn't actually... Oh no, he's on NXT. I guess he was in the randomizer. Never mind. Let me take him out of SmackDown. That part of me talking about Brian Cage there is completely useless. But yeah, you may have noticed some of the belts are out of date. Like the Universal Championship is still red, the TNT Championship is the old version, and I edited it to be on black leather rather than red leather. I will try and get those up to date, but I still have so much to do behind the scenes admin wise that I really can't be asked to do that right now. We have championships, that's all I care about. Once most of the behind the scenes admin stuff is done and everything is up to date, then I will get the championships looking like they do currently. One thing I've literally just decided is that only tag team champions get matching gear. That's less work for me and less save slots taken up. So Christopher Daniels and Xavier Woods are gonna get matching gears. Jungle Boy and Dolph Ziggler are gonna get matching gear. Scorpio Sky and Kofi Kingston are gonna get matching gear, and Rhino and Gran Metalik are gonna get matching gear. That's still 16 save slots. 16? 8. Why did I think 16? Oh god. We've gotten to the point where my brain has stopped working. We're almost at an hour and 20 minutes and my brain has given up. So I'm ending this right here. Rivalries are starting to pop up. We've got championship matches boiling. Everything's looking good. It's working. Alright. Thank you for watching. We'll have NXT next. I was wondering what was next. It's right in front of me. NXT next. Another five match show, and then next we'll have SmackDown, which is another 6 match show, and then, if I'm not mistaken, I am mistaken. I was going to say we got Backlash, but I forgot I moved Backlash to the end of the month. So yeah, we've got a pay-per-view coming up. We've got SmackDown pay-per-view, which means we've only got 3 episodes of SmackDown to try and get some rivalries and some championship matches going. And then we've got Double or Nothing at the end of next month, and I think that's a Raw pay-per-view. Yes, it is. Right. Almost 2 months till NXT's first pay-per-view, though. Right. Yep. NXT next. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video for week 1 of NXT. Bye.